Hey, Cody Faller here, and we are back with Mortgage Mastery Module 2. Now, hopefully you enjoyed Module 1 and you felt there were a lot of exciting benefits to investing in notes that can really impact your future in a positive way. We talked about building financial independence, lifestyle benefits, and geographic independence, freedom of time and relationship, and how investing in notes can create an even greater sense of purpose. Now, there were some resources and exercises with key points at the end of the module. And I hope you went through those and answered some of the questions for yourself so you can really get some clarity around which of the benefits matter most to you personally. This is part of determining your why and getting internal leverage in order to take action, which is critical. And if you didn't do that, I'd encourage you to go back and do the work. Now, you'll get the most out of the training through full engagement and active participation. Now, this is the first lesson of Module 2, where we'll cover how to break through to success in the note business, and we'll start by learning what I call the 5 R's. Over the years, I've worked with a lot of different note investors, large and small, and I've come to realize there are a few attributes that really separate the best from the rest in the note business. And I refer to these attributes as the 5 R's. The first R is relationships. Now, people often say time equals money. And in the note business, it's really relationships equals money. And if you fail to develop key relationships in the note business, you'll have a very difficult time even getting started. I want to share something I think will help that I learned from Joe Polish. It's called the Magic Rapport Formula. And this is really some of the best advice I've heard on building relationships in any kind of business. There are 9 principles to the Magic Rapport Formula. Number 1 is focus on how you can help people reduce their angst and suffering. In other words, just be a problem solver. Now, invest time, money, and energy into your relationships is step 2. 3, be the kind of person people would joyfully answer the phone for. We all have people that when they call, what we look forward to, or sometimes we don't look forward to talking to. You want to be the person people are excited about talking to. Now, be useful to other people. Be grateful and valuable. That's step number 4. Number 5, do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you. That's just simply the golden rule. Now, avoid formalities. Be fun and lighthearted. Joe likes to call this being chummy with others. So kind of joking with people, lightening the mood a little bit. Great way to build rapport. Now, number 7 is just to appreciate people. Number 8, you want to give value on the spot, meaning now, as opposed to somewhere down the road. Joe happens to do a great job of this as well. Number 9 is strive for as much in-person contact as possible. We have a tendency to just want to send text messages or emails. The closest thing to being in person is to really pick up the phone or even do video with people. That's a great modern day way of connecting with people as well. Now, I've learned a lot from Joe, and he's regarded as one of the world's greatest connectors of people. So he's really an authority on networking and building relationships. Now, let's transition to the second R in the 5 R's, which is reputation. Reputation is important really in all industries, but when the size of the industry is as small as the note industry, reputation is everything. It can really make or break you. So let's talk about the keys to building a great reputation in the note business. Doing what you say you're going to do is number 1. That's very important. A lot of people just don't do that. Don't overpromise. So that could be timing, it could be pricing. Try to set the expectation, which is really the third part here. Set clear expectations. And finally, respect introductions and non-disclosure agreements. I mean, what that really means is there are valuable contacts in this business, and you really want to remember who introduced you and be respectful of those introductions. Non-circumvention is a big hot topic in the note business as well. So make sure you're abiding by all agreements. The third R is about repeat business. Now, many folks that we work with today, we have worked with for many years. People that we started working with in the business, and those relationships were built over time. And the reason that's so important is, people like to do business with others that they know, like, and trust. We've all heard that before, but it's particularly true in the note business, and I'd put a huge emphasis on trust. Now, there's an unbelievable amount of time spent vetting people in the note business, which is a topic I'll cover in greater detail in a later lesson. But really what this means is, the feeling out process with somebody, it takes time. And when you don't have to do that, you just get right down to business, it's much more efficient, it's much more profitable. So really treasure those relationships. Now let's talk about the fourth R, which is referability. This is a concept I learned from Dan Sullivan in Strategic Coach. And Dan likes to say the 4 traits of referability are, again, always do what you say you're going to do. Always finish what you start. Always show up on time, and always say please and thank you. Now, this is really just about gratitude and appreciation and respect of your relationships. Very similar to the 9-step rapport formula. Now, the 5th and final R is results. Now, to simply say that results are important to your success in the note business is sort of a no-brainer. What I'm really talking about here is measuring and understanding results. And as with any business, you do have to measure results and understand the activities that are driving those results. And if you don't like the results, you really need to look at changing the activities. Hope that makes sense. We'll expand on that concept in the marketing section of the course because marketing is a key activity for finding notes. So let's recap the 5 R's. We talked all about the importance of key relationships in the note business. We talked about building a strong reputation and the importance of repeat business, as well as about being highly referable and the traits of referability. And finally, we covered measuring and tracking your results. We'll see you in the next lesson, which is where I'll be sharing best practices on buying and selling notes.